your case, I feel like you're feeling kind of out of it. I feel like we're like burnout maybe is the word that I'm looking for. I feel like you feel very burnt out. Just kind of like I keep rubbing my head because like my head just hurts. Like I really just think that you need a nap. Like that's the way that makes me feel. But let's see how it reads with the rest of the cards. So the next card I drew for you was the Six of Pentacles, and I drew that in the upright position. So let's go ahead and pull that up. This is what it looks like. I don't know where that British accent just came through. Some fun fact you guys should know about me: when I get really drunk, I only speak exclusively in a British accent, and I'm like a giant Harry Potter fan, so I like convince myself of the wizard and stuff. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles in the upright position is representative of presence, gifts, gratification. Another account says attention, vigilance, now is accepted time, present prosperity. Okay, so I really think that for you, I don't think this is necessarily like a gratuitous card. I think for you, I think that you are very burnt out and that like you just don't have like the attention to get. I really think this is like attention related. I feel like whatever it is that is consuming your time or your life right now, or maybe just kind of consumed your time or your life right now, has been extremely exhausting for you. And I feel like it has taken like an emotional toll. And I don't know if it was like relationship related or if it's like professional. Because I feel like if you are a healer, I really feel like you're like a doctor or a nurse of some sort. I don't know if that's taking its toll on you, and it's just like what? There's a buggy? Did you hear her? I think it's a cockroach. It's a buggy. We live in the deep south, so our house isn't dirty. Okay, guys, just cockroaches are a thing down here. Okay, so yeah, I really think that this is kind of like a mental anguish card for you. I just feel like you've got the big sleep is what I would describe that as. And I want to scroll down because I want to know if you're a nurse. Hold on.
Did you say it?
Are you a nurse? Are you a... I want to know. I want to know if I'm right. I know I said I wasn't going to scroll down, but I want to know. Are you a doctor? Are you Meredith Grey? Okay, so the next card I drew for you was the Eight of Swords, and I drew it in the upright position. And so this card is kind of a sad card, and it kind of validates the rest of the cards for us. You are a nurse! I knew it. I just hear the beep, beep, beep. Do you work in the ER? Do you work in, or like the ICU maybe? Okay, so this is what this card looks like. Hey, humans!
Say it, yeah.
Sorry, my humans are being really loud. So this card means bad news, crisis, also sickness. So yeah, I feel like this is kind of... Good
night, guys. Good night, Mommy.
Good night, baby. I love you. Brush your teeth. Did you put on lotion? No crusty skins.
I forgot to put on lotion.
Go put on some lotion. No crusty skins. I'm sorry, guys. I promise I'm not always distracted. It's just bedtime. It's bedtime. Yeah, so I want to know, do you work in kind of a high crisis area? Like, okay, so all nurses, Aria! Sorry, my daughter is screaming. I don't even know if you guys can hear me. Because this card really kind of is representative of crisis. And so I want to determine whether this is professionally related or if it's personally related. And a lot of times they can be the same thing, that your professional environment is really influencing like your personal environment. Because if you're surrounded by this chaos day after day, I think it kind of tends to take a toll on your soul. Oh, that rhymed. But like specifically with healers, I think that healers are just so emotionally drained regularly, you know, and people say sometimes they become desensitized. It's so hard not to be because it's just so much of, it's like for some, like for medical workers, it's like they're, you know, they get to see people's worst day every day. So I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if this is personally related or professionally related for you or not. Okay, so the next card I drew for you was Temperance, and I drew it in the reverse. So Baby, are you hungry? You hungry? So this makes me think that this might be more personally related, actually. Are you in some type of relationship or feeling like you're having to compete for somebody's attention that you're really into? Or maybe this is like a past experience that you've had, like maybe it was like an infidelity thing, and it kind of just took a toll on like your self-confidence. Like, why the fuck am I competing for this person with another person when they were just supposed to be mine? That's kind of the vibe that I get for these next two cards. Let's see how they play together. Okay, so the next card that I drew for you in the upright position is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords really represents like command authority, militant intelligence, law offices, and so forth. So in this case, I feel like with this situation, whatever these, I feel like competing interests, those were the phrases that jumped out at me. I feel like maybe you felt like second best at something, and I don't know if it was like relationship related. Like the way that I envision it is that maybe you were in a relationship with somebody, or you wanted to be in a relationship with somebody and they didn't pick you, and whether they cheated on you or they left you from somebody else, or they just weren't interested in you and they were interested in somebody else, I feel like it really took a toll on you in some capacity. Or maybe even you got passed up on like a job offer for somebody else, but a situation in which you felt second best or not good enough. And the universe is coming back with this King of Swords, and it's kind of telling you like, hey, like you are in charge, you have the power and capability, and you are a number one type of gal. You're not a number two type of gal, and the universe wants to remind you of that. So I don't know if you often second guess yourself, or if you feel inferior, and if there was a situation that made you feel inferior, or maybe you just naturally feel that way about yourself. The universe wants to say no. Anjeanette, you are a very confident and strong person, and that, right, like the universe wants you to recognize that. So I don't know if that is relevant for you, but let's see what the rest of the cards have to say. Okay, so the next card that, oh god, that eyes itched. The next card that I pulled for you was the Empress in reverse. And so this is light, truth, the unraveling of uninvolved matters, public rejoice. Okay, so I feel like these two kind of go like hand in hand. I feel like while you may feel compelled to be second best, and once again, I don't know if it was like a specific situation for you. I don't know if you got, I'm not really like honing in on one thing. I feel just like a natural, like you feel bound by this second best, like maybe even like imposter syndrome, like you don't know how you got to the successes that you're at, like you don't feel like you're, like you should have been there, like you don't feel worthy of it, and the universe once again is just saying absolutely under no circumstances, because you know that it's not true. You know, while you may think that, those thoughts maybe consume you, assuredly it is not true. Like you look at, like you hold this command power and you are aware of that truth. You know that you are in a position to be successful and to be a number one human being. Like you know that you are, but like you could, good night baby girl. Okay, good night. You know, whatever these anxieties are, it does not trump what you know. And it's always easier said than done. It is always easier said than done. But the universe is just saying, like, no, we know that you know that that's not true. We know that you know that that's not true. So quit acting that way. Quit thinking that way. And then finally, the final card I have for you is the Eight of Cups, and I drew it in reverse. That's what it looks like. Okay, so the Eight of Cups in reverse. Great joy, happiness, and feasting. So exactly. So the universe is saying great things are coming for you. You are going to be happy. You're going to get past these anxieties, this these preconceived notions about yourself, because once again, it is known, it is assured. You are a number one person that needs to stop feeling like number two. And when you do, good things will come for it. So Anjeanette, I hope that was relevant. I hope that brought you some clarity and